Hi, this is John. It's December 7th. We just had our meeting talking about title policy. So this video is pretty much just a general outline, and I'm sure it's not going to cover all your questions. If you have more questions, either you should talk to Justin at First American Title, myself, or Heather. But Justin is our title rep. His name and number is on the supporting documents that was part of the email. So if you look here on the second page of the supporting docs, you will find Justin's contact information. The thing with these supporting docs, if you actually review like the first page and the second page, basically the first page talks about the protection that they have, why the buyer and the seller both need title policies, and it will also talk about the things that it does cover. The reason that a buyer and a seller both needs title policies is the seller pays for one for the buyer. That ensures the buyer that the property is free and clear of any liens or encumbrances, and it's a clear title. The buyer actually pays for one at a cheaper rate, and that basically ensures the lender that the property is free and clear and that they're covered. But on the second page of this, it does talk about what it does cover. It does cover confusion about similar names. It covers forged documents. It covers signatures of minors or mentally incompetent people. It covers mistakes in recording legal documents, undisclosed or missing heirs. It covers any fraud, any invalid divorces, any misrepresentation of marital status, any unpaid taxes, any clerical errors in public records, and wills that have not been probated. So it does cover a lot of different things, the title policy, and to me the title policy is as important or more important than basically the deed, because the title policy is what ensures what is on the title, and it gives the buyer protection. But when you take a listing from our office, basically what happens is we automatically order a policy from First American Title. If the policy was not ordered from First American Title, basically you would have to know how to do a lot of this yourself. But when we get the policy, basically when we order the commitment, which is done automatically for your listing, and when we get it back, it will pretty much tell you what is on the commitment. So basically, when you look at Schedule A, this is a commitment. It does say who the proposed insured is. It does say who, for a lender, it does say who the bank will be. It will say who the seller is, and it will have a description of the land. So that's basically your first page. On your Schedule B are the general requirements. Okay, a lot of those are exceptions too, so some of these may not be covered, but you also have specific requirements. This talks about if there's any mortgage, talks about if there's any back taxes, talks about if there's any assessments. It will tell you if the property is homestead or not. So it does pretty much give you the condition of the title right here. Any defects in title should be noted right here, and you would know that. So what I would do is, if I got the title commitment, basically I would call my seller and say, hey, Mr. Seller or Mrs. Seller, it looks like you have a loan with, say, X bank, and it shows that you borrowed X amount of money at that time. And it gives you a way to stand out and talk to your client, and shows them that you're actually doing a lot more, and you're providing a service to them. Schedule B on Section 2 talks about exceptions. Exceptions, the Part 1, pretty much First American Title does waive these exceptions to our buyers, but down here on Part 2, specific exceptions, basically it will talk about some of the exceptions that it cannot waive. Like, for example, on this one, on number 3, or number 2, talks about terms and conditions of a road maintenance agreement. Number 3 talks about a right-of-way for Bell Telephone. So some of these exceptions, and this is how your buyer will find out whether or not there's any easements, any encroachments, any encumbrances on the property, is by looking at the title policy. So that's pretty much the policy. If you're going to do a HUD home, basically you should let us know, because HUD does not typically come with title work. Basically your buyer should order title work ahead of time. That way when they do take title to the property, they can get some type of insurance on it. But if you have any questions, again, regards to the title, let us know. We're also talking about deeds, why foreclosures are not issuing warranty deeds. Right now, I don't think you can buy a foreclosure with a warranty deed, just due to the fact that the warranty deed conveys and warrants all the interest of the people who lived in the home. Basically, a covenant deed is a deed that's actually issued by a corporation or a legal entity instead. But we're also going to attach a document to this that talks about the difference of the deeds. Again, if you have any questions at all regarding anything to do with the title, please let us know. This was just a quick overview of how to basically read a title commitment. When you get your title commitment, I do recommend that you take a couple minutes, you sit down, you do a quick overview. You can really learn a lot about the property that you're listing, about the marketability of the home, and if there's any defects, you can actually get those corrected prior to doing a lot of marketing, a lot of work, and it's a real big benefit. Hopefully this video was of help. I will attach the documents, and hopefully you let us know if you have questions. Thank you.